your license need saving? Do the wise thing. Call Wise Man Lawyers. Does your license need saving? Do the wise thing. Call Wise Man Lawyers. Don't face that court alone. Let the Wise Man team get you back on the road. Does your license need saving? Do the wise thing. Call the Wise Man team at Wise Man Lawyers.
Alright, today I'm at Millmerran Magistrates Court. It's probably about 50 minutes west of Toowoomba. So now with that Toowoomba bypass, it's about a 2.5 hour drive west of Brisbane. I had two clients today. One was charged with their first drink driving offence, reading a .073, and the other guy was charged with a repeat offence, .142. He had a fair bit of history. Yeah, there was a high range and a couple other bits and pieces, but it was all outside of the last 5 years. So the first gent, .073, was looking at a worst case of 9 months, mandatory minimum 1 month. He was eligible to apply for a work licence, given he hadn't lost his licence for any reason in the last 5 years, but he, for his own reasons, chose not to. Primarily child access, because a work licence will help you get to work, but it won't help you access your child for shared custody arrangements. And generally, when you apply for a work licence, they've got the discretion to double the disqualification, and they don't always do it, but we tell our clients to expect it. And obviously, if you're doubling what you'd otherwise get, you're doubling your inability to access your child if you're in a shared custody arrangement. The other gent, because his previous was outside of the last 5 years, he was looking at a worst case of, with a reading of .142, 12 months, minimum 3, but again the minimum 3 cuts in at .100, and high range, which is a minimum of 6 months, kicks in at .150. So with a reading of .142, he was just a smidgen shy of the minimum 6 months that comes with .150 and above. And as I said, he had previous, but outside of the last 5 years. So my job for both was to try and get the disqualification down as low as possible. I've already sort of touched on the needs of the gent with the reading of .073 with regard to accessing his child, etc. But the other gent had severe medical issues which required ongoing travel to medical providers, which is obviously difficult in a location like Millmerran when you're without a licence. So again, my job was to try and get the disqualifications down as low as possible. With regard to the first gent, .073, I'm not going to talk about what industry he was in, but I had reasons to push for no conviction recorded. Drink driving is never a criminal conviction, it's only ever a traffic conviction, but in certain occasions and instances it's appropriate to push for no conviction recorded. What that allows you to do is, if you apply for a job or insurance or something like that, and you're asked, have you ever been convicted of drink driving, you can literally put your hand on your heart and say, I have not been convicted of drink driving, if there was no conviction recorded. It's, you know, if you get asked if you've been charged, that's a different question, but no conviction recorded means you were not convicted for the sake of external to the Justice Department's purposes. So I was pushing hard for no conviction recorded on that gentleman. I got both clients to complete the reformatory course that we get all of our clients to do. We got both of them to get references based on the template that we provide all of our clients. I drafted my submissions for both clients well in advance. I drove up. I don't like driving if a location's more than 2 hours away. I'm just too old to be driving up the morning of and getting stuck in traffic. I don't need that stress. So if it's more than 2 hours away, I'll drive up the night before and stay at a hotel, and that's what I did, or motel I should say. And while I'm at it, Millmerran Motel, very comfortable beds, very friendly staff, and you know, I really liked it. So if you're ever in Millmerran, stay at the Millmerran Motel. But in any event, drove up yesterday, stayed at the Millmerran Motel, met the clients this morning, gave them a full sort of heads up on what to expect going in. I guided for both clients. I guided the magistrate on the person's background, upbringing, work, difficulties they have suffered, and difficulties they will continue to suffer without a licence. Look, the long and short of it is, with regard to the first gent, the .073, I was able to persuade the magistrate to give the minimum 1 month. So he was looking at a maximum of 9 months. I got him the minimum 1 month. 1 month singular, and I was ultimately able to persuade him to not record a conviction. So for the first gent with .073, 1 month disqualification, no conviction recorded. With regard to the other gent, as I said, reading at .142, you're well past the .100 that normally gets you in mandatory minimum 3 months territory, and he also had previous, including a high range, albeit outside the last 5 years. So I pushed as hard as I could to get the minimum 3 months on him, but I was ultimately able to get the magistrate to go down into 4 months. So .142 with previous, including a high range, 4 month disqualification. And with regard to the recording of a conviction, like I normally do, if I've got more than one client, we try to only have one client a day, but in late cases like this, sometimes it's unavoidable, but I normally stagger it in order of least severe to more severe matters. So I'll do the lower range first and then do the higher range one. And given I'd just got no conviction recorded for the earlier gent, I felt like I was on a bit of a roll and on my feet, so I thought I'd have a bit of a red hot crack at getting it for the second client, and I was ultimately successful in getting no conviction recorded for him as well. So the second gent, reading a .142 with previous 4 month disqualification, no conviction recorded, and just rehashing the first gent, .073, 1 month disqualification, no conviction recorded. Obviously both clients are very happy. I'm Andrew Wiseman at Millmerran Magistrates Court. Thanks for watching. Hi, I'm Andrew Wiseman from Wiseman Lawyers, Queensland's only truly dedicated drug, alcohol and traffic offence law firm. If you face loss of licence, loss of vehicle imprisonment or anything in between at any court in Queensland, we can and will help you today. This is our specialty. This is all we do. Give us a call, 1300 947 352. I look forward to helping you resolve your issue today.
Don't face that court alone. Let the wise man